Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Buckeyes will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Handoff from the gun. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he's...
Oh, I saw it.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no...
Makes the grab up the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, we knew this offense wanted to be aggressive in this game plan, and they're doing it right away in the first series, taking a shot down the field. They got the look they wanted, and what a great throw by the quarterback.
They want to just keep throwing it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
They'll run play action. And they knocked him down almost immediately. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
That is no good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Out of the gun, the inside give. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Trying play action. Trying to get to it. Trying to escape and get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Inside the 30. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts they will take the penalty. They're facing a 3rd down.
They took the 3rd down.
Dropping back, it's Nolan. Fires left. And the ball is intercepted. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
They'll leave it with him. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back.
You know, I think when you're trying to throw against this guy, especially when he's in zone coverage, you got to anticipate the throws. You got to get it out before your receiver turns around to look. Because if you're even half a second too late, he makes you pay with interception.
comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. Finds a crease at the 20. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. The give to the lone running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
3rd down coming up. That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there.
Off he goes. Quarterback gets the first down and more. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
Bro, forget the read game. I'm taking this myself. Look at the big play. Look at the space open up. He sees it. He pulls the ball out of the belly, and he is off to the races. Barely gets caught, but he gets a huge play for this offense.
Comes out throwing on first down. Looking to buy time. Got out of trouble and throws. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
This quarterback has got a ton of speed. It doesn't just help him running the football, but it helps him in the passing game, too. You just saw right there how he was able to use that speed and athleticism to buy himself time to at least give him an opportunity.
Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
No good. and the score will stay right where it is after that miss. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Brings up second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quick pass on the jet motion. The expressway is wide open. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the single back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a really nice run right there. One of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
They'll give it to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And that is exactly what you want from
Yeah, be scared to throw the damn ball.
You want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
My damn internet messing up again. almost
And the
missed that
extra
kick.
point is good, and it's 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. USC is currently working from behind, but in front of a packed Coliseum, anything is possible. That fight song, those uniforms, momentum can change quickly. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Vanderbilt. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down in the end zone.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires one high and deep. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Washington.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. Tie game, and what about this call? Going for an onside kick here in the first half. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. They'll pull in the squib kick inside the 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
First and 10.
First down for this offense. Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to the run. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. It's complete to the right. At the 45 on his way. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Got his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Looking downfield, it's Nolan. Going for the big play.
Man, I pressed the wrong goddamn button. I had a man wide the fuck open.
Got room on the return.
God damn it.
And he's wrapped wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
He's just Johnny on the spot. That now his second interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
Just a few seconds
Damn, I
remaining
fucked
here
that
as
up.
they try to put something up before halftime. Going up top on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. One more snap coming before halftime. Off the play fake. Pocket starts to collapse. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Huskies will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Handoff to the single running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
He's at the 27. Third down coming up.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. Puts him in the spin cycle.
Ball carried by a receiver. Picks up 6. Now, fourth down.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on up.
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker in there.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Throws toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard instead.
Same thing I said here. But I switched to the wrong man, too, though. That's why my
He's going to have to
style.
get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep.
God, I should have stayed where I was going.
And now it's 4th down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play. And that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
For this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
Makes a connection. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decision, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
To the air on 1st down. He'll get rid of it. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
The aerial assault continues. He'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance to get downfield, he is...
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Ball goes out of bounds. The onside kick is unsuccessful, and they'll take over.
No, you can't kick field goals. Why are you going for onside? Well, I made too many mistakes. I could have
line gets set, first
at least
down.
been tied with you. I had made some dumbass mistakes. I'm on offense.
Power football with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Washington 17, Ohio State 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
Here we go.
Give to the single back. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Hand off from the shotgun.
Oh,
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Loss of 4. Brings up second down.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Fast motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
I'd be another.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all
Another
about.
damn holding call.
So the
Kill my
decision
team.
has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the
Why are you
37.
holding way down the field like that?
Going to the ground. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Oh,
What?
the fumble, and the defense got it. And he's brought
Man.
down. This defense gets the ball back for its own.
You've got to have better ball
Yeah,
security.
man, that's crazy.
It's the football possession. That is
Man, I done
priceless.
lost the game on some
Losing
bullshit.
possession, turning the ball over.
I
that
was sure
kills
gonna try to
you
go.
in
I was
games,
playing
that
for the field goal.
loses
That's an
games.
onside
That
kick.
is a
Now I can onside
bad,
kick.
bad play at a bad time.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
There we go. Way to get us back in the game,
Just
fellas.
the turning point they needed.
Way to get us back in the game.
They'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
All right, sense of urgency now has to go through the roof of this team. They needed their defense to come up with that turnover right there. So if you're on offense, you got to get these plays called. You got to get aggressive, take some shots, because you can now go and win this game.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
1st down here for the offense. Back to throw, it's Nolan. They're working that left side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Inside the 35. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
Know the situation, you know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it behind the line. It's Holmes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That play is going to drive the head coach absolutely crazy. You've got the lead. Why are you going out of bounds? Just get down and lead the clock. The clock right now is your friend.
It's a reverse.
I was waiting for that.
That play just never had a chance. They
Change up
knock him
your
down for a
formation.
loss of 5.
There's something tricky with
Defense
coming.
uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Feeling some heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time we saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week.
Good play, good play, good play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good.
Well,
They did their part, score. Your defense does your part, Jesse.
I'll be a
This
motherfucker.
offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just
My
keep
O-line
doing what
failing
you're
me
doing
when I
on that
needed them
last
the most.
drive, right? Well, whatever was working for
Using
you, just
perfect
go
damn
back.
coverage, too.
Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Dropping back, it's Milwin.
What?
Pass picked off.
What the fuck?
And the offense makes the
Man.
frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's
Yeah, that was some bullshit there.
Aggressive versus reckless. It's such a fine line when you're trailing.
Man, ain't no
you need to
JJ
make
Watt.
plays late in the game. The offense was reckless.
Man, that was some
turned the ball
bullshit.
over,
I had you.
and this one doesn't look great.
Boy, I had you. Ah, I had you.
And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. First and goal. They're going to run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a
Man,
loss of 3.
who the fuck me on this
So
game?
on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this
Because I had at least 20 yards on that catch. I was trying to get field goal range and see what was going to happen.
Rely on right now to get you a touchdown.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Direct snap.
Fuck, it's going to make the game look worse than what it was.
For a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And they did tackle.
Boy, I had you. I had perfect game plan for you, too. Couple fucked up plays hurt me.
Scoring the touchdown.
Lord, CP bailed you out. God damn it, it bailed you out.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30.
On that first, when I got that false start, I'm using the perfect defense. That's what I want to do. I was about to go over the top.
Making adjustments with his receivers. Scanning the field, it's Milwin. They're trying to get to it. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it.
I gave you a game, though.
0, and the ball game is over. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the part each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.